Howdy dorks. How's it going? Happy Unchatter. Happy Thursday. Happy Dwarf Fortress. Happy Big Dwarf Fortress Day, by the way. Hi JM. How's it going? How's your week been? Today's kind of a momentous day in Dwarf Fortress, but maybe not directly for our fortress today. But adventure mode is out. Adventure mode has officially released. It is no longer a beta thing. It is in the main branch. Which means this game is finally released. We've finally gone through this, like, I don't know, it's been like, I don't know, now I want to go back and look like when the last pre-Steam release update was. But I'm pretty sure this is like maybe a 4+ year endeavor from getting Dwarf Fortress into this current version. Like, we haven't been getting new Dwarf Fortress content. We've been getting all the Dwarf Fortress into this nice new package. And a lot of bug fixes. Like, it's not like nothing's changed, but we haven't been getting new Dwarf Fortress stuff for the last several years because this was what was being worked on. And now it's done. Now it's there. It's just there. It's just done. So maybe not as directly exciting for, like, what currently exists, right? Like, we've been playing the beta. We've had access to basically all this stuff this whole time. So not a whole lot is going to be changing for us in the immediate sense, but I'm really, really excited because we are now moving forward into a new era of Dwarf Fortress. That is very exciting. We're going to start seeing new development, and it's going to happen for Fortress mode and Adventure mode at the same time, and it's going to happen for Steam version and Classic version at the same time, and it's just all going to be more Dwarf Fortress. And I imagine we're going to get a lot more stuff. We'll be restarting on a more stable game, not immediately. So my plan right now is we're going to continue with our kobolds until we've reached kind of a satisfactory conclusion to this collection of stories. That's kind of how I'm gonna run it. Probably not super long, but I also don't want to rush through it, right? I really like the kobolds. I really like the world that we have here. So I'm not gonna just throw it all away because there's some shiny new toys. There's going to be, here's my philosophy going forward. There are going to be shiny new toys in Dwarf Fortress every so often from now until the end of our natural lives. That is probably how Dwarf Fortress now works. Every couple of months we're going to get some new thing, and maybe it will work in existing worlds. More often than not, it might only apply to new worlds made after that content comes out. I'm not going to chase it too intensely. I'm not going to switch over to a new version every time a new version drops. Because yeah, it just gets a little messy. You know, you'd end up truncating things before they really need to be stopped. So we're gonna continue this until it has reached a natural conclusion, and then once this collection of stories is done, once Leopard Bins is done, we will create a new world. And that just means all the new things that are going to be happening between now, like all the chosen mode stuff, we don't get that in this world. So when we do finally choose to move on and make a new world, we're just gonna get new stuff. Just automatically. Like, there's already new stuff that we don't have access to, and I imagine there's gonna be a handful of more things that come out between now and then, and we have no idea what that's gonna look like, which is really exciting. There's probably gonna, here's my prediction. Here's what I'm gonna guess. We're gonna get some cute new, like, some tiny things, right? Like all the little graphical things that we've been getting, like seeing inside bins and stuff like that. We're gonna get a bunch of little neat things. Gonna get a bunch of little bug fixes. Those are just gonna continue forever now, right? But as far as, like, the major new content, we're looking forward to, like, magic stuff. What else have I been hearing about? The one thing that technically existed previously in adventure mode that does not exist right now is the ability to build things. But part of the reason why it hasn't been re-added into this version, at least yet, is because the version that we had previously was like the most bare bones version of it. It was like one of the later things that was added before this push to Steam release, I want to say. And it was like halfway functional. So I think what we're expecting is that will come back in some fashion. We will get some sort of construction mode in adventure mode, but it's probably going to look a little different and hopefully be a little more fleshed out than the previous iteration of it. So I expect that to show up at some point. Oh, and Lua scripting. That's the thing that's really going to blow the lid off the mod scene, and I'm pretty sure. We're expecting full Lua support for this game sometime in the near future. We've seen prototypes of it even, which is going to give... Not only are they going to be able to do some new cool things in the official game, there's going to be a lot of things that modders can do that they can't do right now. And that's going to be bonkers. Like the little prototype that they were showing us was like a custom, like a vampire, but you get to customize what a vampire is, right? Or you get to customize what a night creature is, or you just get to create some new monster and give it abilities and put it into the Dwarf Fortress that we all know and love, and it just fits in there now. That's what we're looking forward to next. So yeah, by the time we get around to making a new world, we're gonna have some new things to play with. There might even be some really, really fancy mods for us to toss in and see what happens. That's exciting. I always struggle in Football Manager to let go of a rich game world, move on to an updated game. Yep, yeah, in CK3, totally. Unfortunately, I mean, CK3 can go, I guess Football Manager can go for a long time too, but I think we will reach a natural conclusion, right? There will be a time where there's not a lot left to do in here. I want to have some sort of climax of some kind. We'll know it when we see it, right? We'll know when something dramatic happens. We go, yeah, that's a good note to end on, and that'll be our prompt to go make something new. I already have new ideas of like what our themes should be for a new world. I don't know. Well, and I'm sure I'll have new ideas between now and then anyway, so I won't share them with you. Anyway, so that's kind of looking forward, and that's very exciting. I'm very excited. As far as today goes, I've moved us back onto the main branch. So basically, the stuff that we have access to in our game right now hasn't changed, but we are no longer on the beta branch. We are now on the main branch, which is exciting. Hopefully gonna be a little bit more stable. I'm hoping that if, like, I actually don't know how the releases going forward are going to be, if they're going to show up on like a beta branch before getting moved over into the main branch. I kind of expect that to happen, which hopefully means that if we just stick on the main branch, then we're kind of getting a more stable version. We're just not getting all the beta updates as they're pushed out live, right? So hopefully we'll be dealing with a little bit less of the finickiness, but we get to like watch what's happening in beta mode from kind of like through a window and go, oh look, we'll deal with that someday. That's kind of my plan. And we're gonna stick in fort mode for today. We're currently like the middle of autumn, I think, and we're working on sieging and taking over fortresses on the world map and such. So I don't want to start an adventure right this moment. But I think we're gonna get through the end of this year into spring or summer of the next year, and then I think next stream we're gonna hop back into adventure mode, and we're gonna continue our necromantic experiments. That's my goal. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. Today's episode is brought to you by the very concept of color, and by viewers like you, clicking on buttons and hanging out live and watching the VODs, hanging out in Discord, all that good stuff. Those are the photons hitting my retina right now. So I appreciate y'all being here and being colorful and being what you are. And yeah, and let's get into it. Let's play a ding dang video game, you know? Okay, there you are. DF hack is already updated. There's been like 3 patches since the last time we played this game, and DF hack has been like patching itself as it goes every single time. It's so cool. This is, if you weren't following Dwarf Fortress 5-10 years ago, this might not seem very revolutionary. But we are in a golden age of Dwarf Fortress. I'm confident saying that. We are entering into a golden age of this game. Thank you for positive vibes. I'm doing my best. Some of those tweaks like custom monster sound mad, it's gonna get nuts. I'm really, really excited to see what people manage to get out of it. Need to get to grips with this game. I mean, you've watched enough of it at this point. I think you probably basically understand what's going on, right? And anything that you don't understand is like the stuff that's just not understandable. I learn new things about this game every single time we play. The last 2 streams were literally just me experimenting with a necromancer and seeing what's possible, because I'd never done it before. As much as I've played this game, there's entire genres of gameplay within this game that I haven't even touched. So that's just the nature of it. Found it much easier running a fort than building one. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so the thing we were doing here, and we're making more magma kilns so that we can make more pearl ash so that we can make more clear glass. That's the idea here. So we're just gonna go over to furnaces, magma kilns. Right, that should be fine. Put it in the gabbro. Of course, that one's not gonna work, but maybe I'm okay with that. Or we can go like this. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Now there's 6 magma kilns that'll put us up to 10, right? We just had these 4 over here. The rest of these are smelters and forges and glass. It's a fine looking forge. This is so good. This is probably one of the bigger magma forges setups I've ever made, honestly. There's Shem down there. Our clan fixer is depressed. Before I forget, when we traded last, we traded with the dwarves, right? Made a nice big trade with the dwarves. And we got dimple cup seeds, which is amazing because we have there's 4 colors of dye possible in this game. We have 2 of them, but we don't have dimple cup, so now we can do 3. And the 4th one is really hard to get, so that's like most of the dye. So I think I'm gonna say we're probably good on pigtails, honestly. I'm gonna say dimple cups instead of pigtails. We'll look at spring. All right, sweet pods, that's all fine. Cave wheat in the summer. That's fine, and I think winter, yeah, winter's like literally plump helmets and dimple cups, so we'll do that in the winter. We're good on food. We are good on food. Okay. So we're going to start farming some dimple cups. I want to make sure that those don't get eaten. We don't have any currently, so I can't set that. I kind of hate that. I wish I could see things that I didn't actually have access to quite yet. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Listening to the audiobook version of Men at Arms, very, very nice. I just recently reread Monstrous Regiment. Hard copy, but probably kind of the opposite situation. I've listened to all of Discworld on audiobook, and now I'm trying to like find them again and read them in physical version. So I just started rereading Hogswatch as well. Haven't got to that one yet? Oh my goodness. I won't spoil it for you. There might be a somewhat obvious reason why I I love it. I mean, I love them all, right? But that's a good one. I want to say it happens a little bit later in the chronology. Because Vimes is like a big deal at that point. He's not just he's moved past his humble guard days and is in his much fancier than he should be days. Which I love. Vimes has to be one of my favorite fictional characters ever, by the way. Just in general. But his arc through the whole series is something else. From where he starts to where he ends up is very, very satisfying. It's going to be a little bit before we actually have dimple cups to try and do something with. So how much of Discworld have you read? Like, look at all we have so much. We can make so much dye. Are these still going even? No, these stopped. So I'm gonna add these. I'm gonna tell these to go a little bit more. Honestly, we could probably stop planting some of these plants for a little bit. Just so we don't overproduce, I guess. Because each thing of dye takes a bag. So then hilariously the bag is like the harder thing to get. Did all of these end up reconfigured? I think so. Yeah, they look fine. Okay. I'm in 1994. Well, I don't... Jeez. I have no idea when they were published. I'm trying to remember... Like, when was the first one published? I don't even know when they started. Was he... I imagined at least in the 80s. I don't know, was he going in the 70s? When was Color of Magic? Our frames. Our poor frames. Okay, so we got magma kilns. So I want to go down here to our pearl ash. 83, okay. Interesting. Yeah, jeez. That book is older than I am. Goodness gracious. So I do want to make pearl ash, right? Potash greater than 5. I want this job to use 10 shops at a time. But like the ash and the potash, maybe we need to bulk that out as well, right? Because that's here. Wood furnace and ashery. Like these are working on making ash, but the wood isn't here. Maybe we just need to chop down some more wood. And I don't know if these go like any faster or slower than these other jobs. I don't know. We'll let them deal with that for a bit, and we'll check in and see what the balance looks like. But I think we should chop down some more trees. Clearly, we chopped down a chunk here. And I think that's probably the best way to go about this, going from up here. So I'm gonna say we're just gonna chop. Chop. And chop. Let's go down to here while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I guess I want to... Oh, this is longland grass. So the blade weed and the hide root. I'm tempted to swap out. No way you're an 80s baby? I am an 80s baby. I was a baby in the 80s, but I am an 80s baby. So far I've done Color of Magic, Light Fantastic, Equal Rights, more Sorcery, Weird Sister, Pyramids, Guards, Faust, Eric, Moving Pictures, Reaper Man, Witches Abroad, Small Gods, Lords and Ladies, Men at Arms, Soul Music. Oh, I mean, they're all so good. It's early 90s? I guess you're not that far off. I love the... Like, I don't know that I could pick a favorite. I don't know that I could pick a single favorite book. But if you had to pick, like, between the guards and the witches and the wizards and, like, the gods, I guess, death and pyramids and small gods and all those books, do you have, like, where do you put all those in relation to each other as far as, like, those groups of characters? But you couldn't even, like, you can't even really cleanly separate them all out because they interact with each other sometimes. But I don't know, you definitely have, like, guards books, you definitely have, like, witches books. Also, we are doing longland grass, cassava, pepper, passion fruit, strawberry, tomatillo, pineapple, and rye. So I think maybe cucumber for a little bit. Let's make some cukes instead of hide root, and then eggplants. Cukes and eggplants, how about that? And we'll work through some of our existing dye plants. Peasant and cave blob are fighting. Peasant grabs the cave blob. Why? Of those that I've read, I have an S tier and an A tier, right? Like, that's as low as it goes. So S tier is pyramids, lords and ladies, small gods, and sorcery. It's interesting because I'm trying to remember... Remind me what happens in lords and ladies. I think I can remember pyramids. I think I remember small gods. Small gods was great. And then sorcery. Which one? Or no, I remember sorcery. Sorcery was good. I did like sorcery. I do remember that one now that you say it. Not sure favorite theme. Really enjoying Men at Arms. I think the fact I read guards first before going back to Color of Magic, so it warped it for me. Interesting. I just read them in release order. Sorcery and Lords and Ladies had dramatic endings. Yes. Well, not sorcery, yes, but now I'm trying to remember Lords and Ladies. You're gonna make me Google these. Gonna make me do 10 things at once. About the elves. Oh yes. Oh yes. Okay. Yes. So it's one of the witches ones. Yes. King Varen's proclaims their imminent marriage, having already made... That's right. On the crop circles. Yes, okay. Yes. Wow. It's been a minute since I've actually listened or read to them. A bit of external crisis for Granny W. Yeah. Existential crisis. I mean, she dealt with it, right? Okay, so we're dealing with our garbage, right? We're melting rocks is our task right now. You can see we've melted a whole bunch of gabbro here. Clear, or maybe we haven't actually melted them. Isn't Gabbro? I thought Gabbro was not fire or not magma safe for some reason. It is magma safe. Okay, so we're just dumping Gabbro in there and it won't be going away. Is that really what I want to be doing? I guess that's one way to quantum stockpile, right? Portrayal of Hell in Eric is so much more interesting reading it as an adult. That's fair. Not mad I never read these as a child. That's fair. Yeah, okay, so there's some dacite in there right now. I think you're gonna see it, like there's 3 of them. I thought dacite can dacite melt? Did I choose to melt the things that don't melt? No, dacite should melt. Yeah, there we go. So like the dacite's gonna go away. The Gabbro is still gonna be in here. But we have so much Gabbro. I don't know that I definitely don't need to save it. This just isn't the most efficient way of getting rid of it. What if we like dumped a bit of water on there? That would just delete them, right? Turn it into a block of obsidian. Anyway, I'm gonna let them continue on this. I'm totally okay with that being how it works. We have potash happening over here. How important is balanced food sources for the kobold? You mean as far as like the variety of food? Minorly, I guess. It can definitely have an impact. Like if we look at a specific kobold here, we can look at their preferences. So all creatures have their preferences, and some of these will be food. Graphite, black bronze, pink garnet, ibex horn, strangler bone, gizzard stones, breastplate splints, the word of the mauve bewilderment, the sounds of the bewildering rhyme. So that's going to be a dance and a poem and a song. Sight of the pregnancy of silk is probably a dance. When possible, he prefers to consume wild boar, brook lamprey, prickleberry wine, and rocknut oil. Absolutely detests lizards. Well, I got bad news. Yeah, remember because it's by individual. Yeah, exactly. Like it's not strictly narrative flavor because this will have an effect. Like if we manage to make a wild boar roast, which we probably could actually do. I wonder if we could look at your thoughts. Like if this creature managed to find a wild boar roast or a prickleberry, like drank some prickleberry wine, they would get a happier thought than if they didn't. Like if he just drank rye beer, he'd get like a okay thought. If he drank prickleberry wine, he'd get a good thought. Like it'd be, oh my god, I ate something that I really, really liked, and that would have a bigger impact on his overall happiness because it's his preference. Need multiple crops and inclusive plagues? Oh god. Please do not introduce no, not farm plagues. I'm good. Are there most games where it's by social block, you need X types of food? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like, that's basically how... like how Foundation did it, right? And Timberborn? Like, you just have to have... Like, you get a benefit for just for having a variety, and the variety itself is what gives you the benefit. But like this, it's like if you're growing potatoes and no one likes potatoes, it's not gonna do anything for you. Like it'll feed them, but it's not gonna make everyone happy. Check in here. We got dimple cups, maybe. I guess I want to check. We were kind of at the end of a season there. Nope, we didn't actually plant any. Okay. Yeah, and here they go, and they're gonna crank through all of our bags like immediately. That's fine. We could probably make some more, honestly. Look at all this, because we got some leather, we got some silk cloth in here. Got quite a bit of leather. I'm gonna put in a work order for some leather bags. We'll say like 30 maybe. We also made a bunch more clothes, I think. Let's maybe check on auto clothing. Still need new bodywear for 17 kobolds, shoes for 7, headwear for 30. These are smaller numbers. They're not 0. But I'm just gonna toss in a little bit more. Let's do wool, or yarn rather. Yarn hood. We've done a lot of caps. Yarn robe, because we've done a lot of togas. Yarn loincloths. We haven't been doing loincloths. Dresses? We don't really have dresses. Skirts? We haven't really done skirts either. Done plenty of togas, done plenty of trousers. Oh, cloaks. We haven't really done cloaks either. Cloaks aren't really necessary, but they're nice, you know? I'm gonna put in like, I don't know, a handful of each of these. I think our fishing has basically dried up. Maybe that's the thing that we need to work on today, is our silly aquifer situation up here. So I was thinking that like maybe our waterfall was slowing down our frame rate or anything, but it definitely hasn't stopped. So the problem here is that this is all aquifer. All aquifer. So I think the way that we're gonna deal with this, here's what I think. We need a drain, and we need to reconstruct. Basically what we need to do is replace all of these walls with constructed walls. In order to do that, we're gonna have to get the water out of there. Do you think this game would be improved or lessened by non-frame rate controlled speed? I mean, you can always lower the cap, right? You can control it in the sense that like 100 is the cap by default, but you could come in here and say that we're capped at 50 frames a second forever, right? But there's not a whole lot that you can do to make it go faster, I guess. Because the game is just going as fast as it can. But there's a mod to fix it. There's probably mods that try. Don't even need a mod. Yeah, if you want to lower it, the game will go as slow as you want it to. This game will go as slow as you want it to. It's getting it to speed up a bit when there's a lot of stuff going on is the thing. Like the idea of always slow. Also, one thing that I'm thinking of for our someday when we go into our next world and our next adventure, there's some things I want to do to kind of make things a bit faster. You can do a little bit on like the early decisions that you make. Like we're on a very big map right now we're on a 5x5. We're a bit larger than like the default map size. So that contributes a bit. So one of the reasons why, like if you think back to Face Earths, you were here for Face Earths, right? Part of the whole deal with Face Earths was wanting to make a fort go faster. So I made the map really, really small. I made the map as small as it could go, and I limited the population to 50 instead of 200. And that kept the frame rate up the whole time we were there. That's really the best thing that you can do, is just be smaller. Do less, that's all. But the person always plays CK3 on max speed. That's different. That's very different though, I think. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do a couple little drains here, essentially. And then in each of these spots, we're gonna do just a little channel, a little hole. And then each of these are gonna run up to the edge of the map here. It's gonna make for some very interesting constructions on this level. Maybe what we do is stairs. You can dig stairs from the bottom at least. Hello, Yevon. How's it going? How are we still experimenting? We're less experimenting today. Today is more about fixing problems. But yeah, we're continuing. I think what I'm gonna do instead of channels, these are actually just gonna be little stairs. Because water can flow downstairs just fine. And then I want to connect these all. Or maybe I want to do like here. Because the stairs we're going to do last. That's really the trick here. Okay. Going to cause a global flood? No, this is just to get water out of my... This is a water pipe that has through an aquifer, which is just really, really awkward. It's an awkward fur. I don't want these walls to leak. I want to be able to control the water that's in here. Because here's a water pump. We're pumping from a river downstairs. So I want water to go through here, but I want to control the water. Right now, this is just water leaking in from the walls. Which is silly. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do blueprints for the stairs. They don't have a way of getting up there quite yet. That's all locked, right? And then I guess we need a little access hatch. Well, that'll get closed off eventually. But yeah, we're gonna dig all that out. That's step number 1. I basically need to drain my water channel in order to fix my water channel and then put water back in. Which is so silly. We're working on seizing Mischiefnest. I'm hoping, you're probably starting to try to get out, but you're starving, so we've seen that. That's just gonna happen. I also want to deal with this. This is... Whoa. You okay, game? I didn't kill you, did I? No? Okay. Jeez. Ammo, armor... Yeah, maybe it just needs to be... not armor. Yeah, okay. And then I'll include this here. Hopefully that bin gets taken care of, because like over here we're fine. This weapon is still here. I'd love for someone to move that, but whatever. One other thing that I want to do Something I would love to do. We have... Oh, production mandate near... I need to be paying attention to these things. Make coins. Okay, Gra wants a coin. We'll make 1 gold coin for Gra. We are working on a spinner guild hall, which I think we were working on smoothing up here. This one. Agreed to build guild hall. It needs to like double in value. No biggie. Let's smooth the rest of this, right? That's all good. But then we can engrave some of this. Let's do something like that. And then it's probably fine. And then, yeah, okay, so you're gonna work on all that. You're probably gonna find more aquifer, right? I'm just gonna put a door here, preemptively. But we scoured our caves and we found 2 fancy artifacts, right? They're up here. Right, this one and this one. These are large, bulky, flashing metal chassis. And that's cool and all, but I'm really tempted to melt them down and use the flashing metal to make a weapon. Because just like 2 legendary shoes on their own are kind of whatever, right? That's not that big a deal. So I'm gonna do this. This is going to be our melt pile. I'm not gonna melt a bunch of things, but this will accept. I guess I can just say armor of. Can I say like flashing metal? If I can, okay. So yeah, this is gonna be for flashing metal armor. And then those 2 things will show up there, right? In theory. So I want to go up to our main armor stockpile. And say not flashing metal. So then hopefully those things end up down there, and then we'll link it to a specific. Well, I guess the melt job doesn't need to be linked to anything. We're just gonna be very mindful of when they do that we don't accidentally use it for something else. But I don't think we have any jobs that are just using any old bar, so I think that should be fine. Have we made any dimple cups? Nope, we still haven't even planted any. Why are you all not... We have farmers, right? We have farmers. We have 5 legendary farmers. Who ain't farming? Arc with a bow, how's it going? Howdy, howdy. Happy adventure mode release day. We're not adventuring. Oh, needs potash. Okay, so I bet we do need to increase our ash and potash throughput. So I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit, right? We're just gonna go. Kind of like this. Filled in, yes. How are you? I'm good. Happy adventure mode. I'm hella tired. I know what you mean. I am also hella tired, but I guess I know why. But it's just stress, I guess, which feels silly, but you know, here we are. Club hella tired. Yeah, no joke. It's not silly. Yeah, I guess. It feels silly, though. I'm gonna make our wood stockpile a tiny bit bigger as well. That should be helpful. Gonna have so much cabra there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I wonder if those will go away when we retire and come back. I'm struggling to sleep because of it. 100% you get a pass. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I guess. This will maybe just, this will tell you where my mind is at, but I was thinking of different things you can do in a fortress, right? Like I want a fort to have a theme in some sense. Like this is our Kobold Fortress. It's like, what's the next fortress gonna be, right? Smile and wave, streamer. And for absolutely no reason, I was just wondering today, what would happen in a fortress if you intentionally abuse the justice system? This is messed up, but like some of the thoughts that people get, like if you look at someone, I don't know if we're gonna be able to find an instance of it, but every time something happens, like there's disorderly conduct and vandalism, that's mostly what happens. But like we know who did it, right? Kia did this one. There's a bunch of witnesses, so we're gonna convict these people. And this does have an effect, like especially for I don't know if vandalism so much, but like injured party. So here's an instance where Kia injured Srau, right? If we convict Kia of this crime of hurting Srau, Srau gets a thought about I am satisfied because I received justice through a conviction, I think is what it says. But what if you do what if you don't do that? What if you intentionally... What if you're just intentionally bad? Again, no reason at all. But I'm really curious, like as a social experiment, what would happen in a fortress if you made it a rule that every time a crime happened, you convicted the wrong person? For X. When the CK3 box pops up and warns me this is an act of tyranny and will affect your popularity, and I'm like, right. In Dwarf Fortress has no such pop-ups. Dwarf Fortress says, oh, you're intentionally convicting the wrong person of this crime? Cool. Here's the results of that happening. For better or worse. Like our mood situation is a whole situation on its own, right? Like we're a very moody fort and I'm doing my best. The only thing we're not doing is waterfalls. But like imagine, like this is a powder keg. This is a straight up powder keg. If we just started introducing civil unrest into this, what's gonna happen? Why, like this, the peacekeeper. Were you peace kept? Peacekeeper punches the peasant. Okay, so clearly, this is one of our tantrumers, right? You are haggard. You're also in our You're in one of our squads. This is one of our guard squads. I think maybe you need to retire. I think Gapperl here needs well, not melee potential. Needs a replacement. Not Ibu, not Solon, or Voltican's god. Boo, Rivers! You're a farmer, but you're not one of our assigned farmers. Or bone carver? What is that one? Are you actually assigned to weaving? Did I actually make a weaving job? I have no memory of this. I think this is gonna be a farmer. Just gonna swap you out for a farmer. Hopefully that will help you. Our guild hall agreement has been satisfied, so that's all good. We do have a starving unit. It's probably one of our rhinos who's down here in the caves for some reason. Don't know why. We have our stranded forgotten beast down there. Okay, I think we're essentially good. We've been engraving a lot. I guess I don't know if we've gotten through all those engraving jobs I gave. Probably do some more smoothing as well. But like most of our bedrooms are engraved at this point. Wow, look at all this. Look at all these things that are engraved now. And then Peacekeeper's going after the Weaver. Elf Scholar is visiting. Okay, so I want to... No, the other one's injured too. Yeah, cloth bolts. I totally forgot that I did this. Wow, look at that. We have a legendary clother. We have 3 legendary clothers and 2 legendary weavers. I did not realize that. We've done quite well here. And one of them's our messenger, our elf messenger. So it's Athithi here. Athithi's been with us for a very long time. Hilariously, he has been our messenger. I need to get away and wander the world. Maybe we'll give you a chance soon. But look at this, legendary weaver, adequate cloth maker. Wow. I would love for this to happen. Who knows? So yeah, I think I need to make some more engraving designations. Do like middle priority. But like our library can be engraved. I think that's a good idea. I think those bedrooms clearly didn't happen. Oh, did they not get the walls? Weird. And then our big treasure piles should get engraved, I think. Having a word dilemma, because working at 11 p.m. is healthy. I said something was fine and I'll just submit it, but upon deeper inspection, it's not their best work. Do I just send it on or do I tweak it? How... A good indication I should stop. Yeah, I mean, if this is the thought that you're having at 11 p.m., I would agree. I guess define tweak. How many minutes would you spend tweaking? Maybe that's the thing. Because if this is more than 10 minutes, if we're talking more than a 10-minute tweak, then I think it goes back. I guess we have a fair bit to smooth at this point. We've dug some more chambers since we've done a big smooth. So I'm gonna designate a smooth. Our game's gonna slow down a bit. That's fine. All of our tombs and such, those can get smoothed. That whole stockpile. Yeah, fine, I guess. Definitely don't need to do this stockpile. Oh, and then this whole area. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I probably haven't done this stockpile. And we'll just, yeah, why not? Smooth. Smooth the fortress. I think that's good. I think that's good for now. Is this dimple cups? Yes, okay, we have planted the dimple cups. We just need to make sure that we catch them when they come out of here. Oh, is that fertile eggs? That's some fertile eggs. More dragons. 3 things. I did 1, and I said I'd copy it across 2 and 3, but 2 and 3 are different to 1. So he's tweaking anyway, but not sure how much, cause I'm not liking 1 as much as I thought. But this person has smashed it out of the park usually, but I also do need this doing now, and I have already spent 3 hours on it. Yeah. Is this say needs to be done by like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning kind of a deal, or like it could be worked on tomorrow? Because if you've spent, deadline was end of Thursday. Yeah, that's rough. It's 23:01. You still got time. I mean, especially if, like you say, this is a person who normally does good work and this one just isn't quite what you need, I feel like that's a safe thing. Like it's okay to send it back sometimes, right? Honestly, so much firefighting this week and I'm out of water, yeah. Well, if you're sitting here at 11 p.m. trying to do someone else's work, then yeah. It could be one thing if the situation, if it were, no, not that button, this button. It'd be one thing if like everything this person did was bad and it always needed extra work and blah blah blah, you know, but I don't know, everyone can get something sent back once. I think I'll send 1 as is, then I'll tweak 2 and 3 a bit from stuff they've already written elsewhere. Yeah, that's fair. And we can see what the people I'm submitting to think. So if they're like 1 is better, then cool. Yeah, that's fair. That's... ugh. It just feels like a very typical management kind of situation to be in, where you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm sure it's fine. And then you find out at the last possible minute, like, oh, it's actually not. So now am I going back on my word if I say no, it's not fine? It feels gross either way, right? I guess I'll just do this whole thing. Is that? Oh, sure, whatever. So if you're ever wondering how long comms people think about paragraphs of text, the answer is about an hour per sentence sometimes. I absolutely believe that. I've spent that much time writing fiction, so if you're trying to like actually be technical and what you say matters, then yeah, I believe it. Why is there a toga here? No pressure, only going to 1 million people. It's fine. No one will notice, right? Okay, so what are we doing? I guess I'm gonna wait for them to smooth this before we put some more shops in here. What? Oh, and then our aquifer. Our aquifer. Which of course is going to have whetstone cancellation things. So I'm gonna turn damp dig on. Right, and do this. There we go. Hey, look! Oh, it's copper. I was gonna say, look, more gold, but no, it's copper. More tetrahedrite, too. Petition. Rurak. Rurak wishes to join. If Rurak hadn't joined, is this our Rurak? No, it was a different Rurak. Okay. Our adventurer Rurak has been a citizen, right? You've been here. You've been here, yeah. I'll console myself with the fact that most of them will ignore it. That's always the thing with like really high detail oriented work, right? You're the only one who will know. You are here, seriously injured. Surely we have a functioning hospital, right? Like our clan fixer has been tantruming hilariously. You need to be swapped out as well. You're so angry. Yeah. Do we change out our clan fixer? Adept diagnostician? We might even have a better diagnostician at this point. Srau? Srau is the best diagnostician in our fortress right now. Do we make Srau our medical chief? Our first adventurer? She'll stop being a scholar. She has been a scholar for a while. You did let slip you write fiction just then? Oh, have I never owned up to that? I think Srau is gonna be our fixer. Where's the Unchatter fanfic site? Nowhere. Entanglement of Crews doesn't have a captain? Oh, that's right. I reassigned all these and then we crashed. That's right. So we need this squad filled in again. Fish cleaner, sure. Farmer. Spinner, we have plenty of spinners. Let's just do it like that. And then Srau didn't need anything additional because you just need a bedroom as the fixer, realistically. Hopefully that gets some attention into the the hospital. Because you've been diagnosed, okay. So you've had 3 major injuries over 10 years? And you got an infection in your shoulder? The punctuation is important. Unchowder fanfic or fanfic by unchowder. That's true. True. Yeah. As far as I'm aware, there's no unchowder fanfic. And I would prefer it stay that way. I have a great book series and an entire world I build with characters. It's amazing. I've written 0.0001% of it in the last 12 years. I know exactly what you mean. Oh, do you have fertile eggs? You also have fertile eggs. Oh my god. Still waiting on you to hatch. Still waiting on these to grow. Okay, so you're all gonna work on it. Lost 2 chapters by writing them in the notes phone and deleting them. Oh my god. Actual nightmare. Actual nightmare scenario. This is like... This is going way back. This is going back to high school, but I was like world building, right? I had a notebook. I had a physical notebook, just like a spiral notebook, that I was just writing a bunch of notes in world building. I was like in a sci-fi kind of situation. I have no memory of any of this at all anymore, but all I remember is that I just made a bunch of, you know, silly world building notes in a notepad, and then handed it to a friend to be like, hey, tell me what you think of this, right? You know, that whole thing. And never got it back. He told me that his brother destroyed it, but in retrospect, I don't know that I believe him. But either way, I did not get it back. No, yeah. F's for that notebook. Which, like, we're talking about some of the first things that I ever sat down and tried to create in a fictional sense, so it wasn't good. Like, we're all better off for that not being around anymore. But still, the principle of the thing. Okay, so now, of course, now I've given a whole bunch of high priority smooth orders. I want these to happen right now. When the Amazon series come out from your notebook under their name, we can do the revenge mission to burn down their mansion together. No one's getting a mansion off of what was in that notebook. Pretty confident in that. Honestly, all the things that were cool from whatever I wrote in there are still in my head. They're just... I don't know. Oh hey, it's winter! Hooray! Maybe we'll get a siege. I once wrote something and asked my dad what he thought. He said it was shite, which was true, but still damn. constructive criticism, right? Sometimes you know it's not the best, you know you're not getting a Pulitzer for it, but you at least want your dad to be like, oh, that was kind of neat. I don't know, I think, like what I've been doing with these recent Kobold videos, I consider that, like that's, for me, that is fiction writing. Like writing all the voiceover for that has been scratching that same itch. Which is part of why I really like it. Being able to construct in that same way. Good quality stuff, thank you. I'm happy with it. I think I'm finally getting to the point where I'm happy with my written voice. Like obviously you improve forever, right? But I'm confident in saying like I have a little personal style at this point. Was it right to separate off your main channel? Yeah, like for these, geez, putting up a 10-minute video like that in the middle of a bunch of VODs. There's no chance, right? There's literally nothing that you could do. So yeah, I'm glad we did that. I'm glad that I don't have to worry about that anymore. This is all priority 1 smoothing. Oh well. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of Gabbro. Do you use any mods should a new player? Hi, hello, how's it going? I am currently using a couple of mods. If you were a new player, I'd probably recommend going in vanilla. I'm actually gonna, I'm second guessing myself here. I'm gonna say that this does not take the Gabbro anymore. We'll melt the dacite. We'll just work on the dacite. Oh, thieves! Are we gonna get a siege? Are we gonna get a siege? We got some thieves. We got some sneaky kobolds. Look at them go. I will answer your question more completely in a second here. We got Shurus and Glistlamus and Thudin. And they're all gonna run away now. I would, if you're just stepping into Dwarf Fortress, I'd say go in vanilla. It's perfectly playable as it is. And then when you start sinking your teeth into it, the first thing that I would look into is DF hack, which is this thing up here, which is not technically a mod, but it is, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of a mod. It's a collection of tools, and there's so much in it. I still don't know everything that's in there. But it's a bunch of like quality of life stuff. Like we're chopping down trees for wood. There's a thing in here that you can automate chopping down trees so that you always have the same number of logs available, or you can set it up so that they're always making clothing so that you always have a little bit of clothing available, or things like that. Those can be really helpful for, either quality of life or automating systems that you don't fully understand, or for doing things that you couldn't do otherwise, and having some pretty funky results. For instance, what would be just a good DF hack thing? Like auto butcher is good. All the ones that say auto are like usually very useful. Auto clothing is kind of weird. But like the rest of them are pretty dang good. Oh, and the dig tool. Hey, look, a siege! We'll see if they actually stay. Do you want to siege? We're gonna siege! Oh my gosh. It's siege time. It is sieging time. Hooray. Like one of the things that I love the most out of DF Hack is what's letting us do all these funky shapes. Like by default, Dwarf Fortress will let you make squares and lines, right? All well and good. But if you want to make something that's not squares, you either have to sit there and like, you know, be very particular about it, or you download DF Hack and you open up the design tool, and this thing is nuts. This thing just has a straight up polygon tool. And you can make whatever shapes of things you want. You can make lines. You can do, hey, I want like a 2-wide hallway. How does, come on. Maybe. There we go. And then you can just put in some like curve points, and it's just, yeah, like it's great. Like for quality of life, DF Hack is the first one you should look into. And then once you got a handle on Dwarf Fortress and DF Hack, oh, I shouldn't just unpause because we're being sieged. I'm getting distracted. Activate our civilian alert. Double check our stuff here. That's all fine. All of the other mods, like the majority, probably not all, but the majority of the mods on the Steam Workshop are going to be things for flavor or things for adding things into the game. Like we're playing kobolds, right? We're playing a modded race of kobolds that don't exist in the game usually. And that's had a bunch of cool effects. Like we're mainly just playing normal Dwarf Fortress, but some cool things have been added in on top of it from a workshop mod. So that'd be kind of my recommendation for like the order for things to look at. You'd like do a fort with just Dwarf Fortress, then maybe fiddle around with DF Hack, and by the time you have those figured out, you can just go onto the workshop mod and go, oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. Oh, that'd be cool. And just go nuts. This all looks fine. Our fort hasn't changed a whole lot in the last year or two. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna accept. We have turned on our civilian alert. So now we need to pull a bunch of levers to get us into our siege footing, right? So I'm gonna pull this one. I'm gonna pull this one. Pull this one. And then up on the top. I'm gonna close this one. Hopefully everyone just gets inside. And then we're gonna have a couple of people on the wall in theory, right? I don't know where they are right now. We should have crossbolds, bobolds. We should have bobolds on the wall here, but they might be on shift change or something. But I'm just gonna leave them as they are. These are closed. These are all closed. I'm gonna close our little shortcuts here. And then we'll be okay. We're up to 10 invaders. There's probably going to be a couple more, I imagine. I wonder if this is going to get big. Are you all still ranged? The last siege was also entirely ranged. Hilarious. Oh, look, some bags. Okay, let's see who else we get. Oh my god. They're just all going to be ranged. You fools. Is that it? 17? 18? And they're all ranged? 18 ranged goblins? You mad lads. So they're gonna try to come up to this entrance up here. But hopefully this is gonna get closed before they get up there, right? Someone's gonna close that. Let's keep an eye on it. Hello, Gantrock. How's it going? We're getting sieged. We have 18 ranged goblins closing in on us. They're kind of fast. Hopefully this gets closed. We have a couple of cage traps here, but not that many. I should just close this on the first of the year, or first of the month every month. Season. Season is the word I'm looking for. Here, someone's working on it, right? Someone claims to be headed here. New theory, Gantrock is Gant the Rock, Gantrock the troll from Discworld. How do you know my secrets? Have you read Discworld, Gantrock? I don't know that we've ever talked about Discworld. Come on. Please close the door. I'm gonna tell our guards. I'm gonna tell our guards to come up here. So we're gonna catch a couple of them. Come on. They'll give up eventually. Oh, here we go. Here we go. See? Why? I've just overworked them. So here's someone coming to pull a lever, but I don't know which one. Hopefully it's the right one. We have one of our... Oh, and you're a ranged one? Why are you up here if your job is to patrol the wall and you're up here? I thought we talked about Discworld. Maybe we have. I love Discworld. Okay, fair. I don't know, my brain's been full of anime recently. Related, I just started Witch from Mercury. So this one ranger bold is gonna come up here and get caught up in it. Oh, there's three. Yeah, there's three inside now. And another one come. Oh no, they get a little spooked by the traps. Oh come on. Hopefully our guards show up here sooner rather than later. Do you even have? Okay, you do have a bow. You have a bow and bolts. You have a bow, but not arrows. Oh, we need to fix that. That's cool. Are you... You're going for it, though. I feel no terror. Wrestler jumps away. Wrestler basses the goblin with the bow. This goblin's gonna get beaten to death with a bow. How do I feel about it so far? About Witch from Mercury? I am in love. I guess shouldn't say I just started. I just finished the first season. It's really good. It's really, really good. I'm remembering some of the things that you've mentioned very obliquely as when you were watching it. In particular, I don't know. There's some real hateable characters in there, aren't there? Like I remember you talking about Ghoul, but hearing about it and actually seeing it are two different things. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, well you're caught in a cage. Oh, come on. Bob? I don't know if I know Bob. Need to actually finish Avatar, but it's so bloody hard to watch anything these days, and it's on streaming service, and I don't know whose logins. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe Bob was season 2. Very possibly. I think I just watched the first season of first episode of season 2. The last episode of the first season, I'm so glad. Every time I watch a season finale of a show that's already concluded, and I go, oh wow, that's an awful cliffhanger, and then just go to the next episode because it's already out. I don't know, seeing the last episode of season 1 and then not being able to continue would have been a thing. I would have had thoughts about that. Maybe Bob was an outside joke. That could be. It was painful. I bet. Okay, here we go. Here's Oldr. Now we actually have a spearbold with a shield. Now we're good. Now there's already a dead one here. You just immediately got him. So our Kobold here is bleeding. Can't stand. But you're gonna be fine. Zolak needs to go down. I'm just gonna do like a little like slow motion action here. I'm gonna do frame by frame. Come on. Get him. Oh, yeah. That looks good. That's a dead goblin. Or no, it just moved on to the same tile. Are you still here? Nope, that's 2 dead goblins. Nice. You just got 2 kills, didn't you? Those are your first 2 kills. Congratulations. Mazel tov, Oldr. We still have at least 2 more we need to deal with. I hope that door closes. I'm just gonna unpause. Yeah, you're just gonna, yeah, get him. Oh, you're gonna get in the thick of it though, aren't you? You are not here to pull a lever. You are here to pull a lever. Please. Pull the lever. Please pull the lever. Jeez. Oh my god. Now up to 4. Wow. Get him. Get him. Bob is the joke name for Ghoul once he starts working for himself. I was like, I remember there being a Bob, but yeah, you're right. He, that's the very end of season 1. Yeah, I know what you mean. Of all the assumed identities. I also continue to recommend both Avatar series. Yes, absolutely. Both Avatars are very, very good. Hard to resist the urge to respond to things in the brain-rotted way. Just unrot your brain, it's fine. Jeez. Okay, so now my primary concern here, we still have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the other 4? One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so down there. Okay. My main concern now is this door closing at a very inopportune time, and either erasing or locking out our very competent person here. You're up to 5 kills on your own. You're just out here soloing a siege. There's another one. There's another one. There's another one. 8 kills! Look at this guy! Look at this little guy! But see, now he's gonna run for it. And you're here. Ugh! The timing on it is gonna be awful, isn't it? Why is there a rhino? Okay, goodbye, Rhino. Okay, so now... Dude, you were standing in exactly the wrong place. You need to kill it, and then you need to leave, move, move. Move right now. Move right now. Move right now. Oh my god, come on, dude. Don't just sit there and revel in... Now everyone else is down here. Maybe I just need to like refresh the station order. Let's do like this. No? I need to move right now. Oh my god. Are they leaving? Oh, they're leaving. They're just straight up leaving. We've broken... Oldr single-handedly broke a siege. Ooh, right meow. Right meow! Well, okay, so on the plus side, Oldr was so effective that there's no longer a siege. So I'm just not going to close the door. You're just good. Okay, you would have been fine probably. Wow, you just... you are no longer a spearbold. You are a siege breaker. Good job, Oldr. That was very good. 9 kills. That was, what was it, 14? It was like a 14-person siege. We caught like 5 of them. And you killed the rest for our fleeing. They didn't even enter the labyrinth. They went the long way around. They went the wrong way. And you just dealt with it. Okay. So of course now all the garbage is way up here. It's gonna be hard for them to move all these corpses downstairs because it's further, because there's no minecart to get them down there. But you know, that's a completed siege, so I'm not gonna complain that much. I think what we should be doing, we should be in the habit of closing that door like at the start of the season. Because that seems to be when sieges happen most frequently. That feeling when you just show up and immediately rout them, right? I mean, that was some effective spear work. I guess we don't need to station them anymore. You're all good. Steel spear, like, look, you're kitted out too. Like, what's your position in here? You're in our first squad. So I guess you do have some pretty high priority as far as like gear goes. Steel spear, steel mill shirt, steel breastplate, steel helm, wooden shield, bronze everything else. You are kitted out. You are kitted out. And now you got 9 kills to prove it. Fantastic. Was it even you're an accomplished fighter? Expert spearbold? So like you're kind of good at it, but this is not a legendary spearbold. This is a pretty good spearbold. Wow, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Two groups are stranded. Why are you out here? Ms. Gorlak? See, this is why we've had her locked up. She's actually not allowed out here. Or maybe it's because of the siege? I wonder... Stormblessed? I wonder if activating the civilian alert is what messes up with the normal whatchamahoozits, the burrows. Also, apparently Oop. Okay, so then we're gonna put in a couple more asheries. We're expanding our glass production again. So I'm gonna say a couple more asheries. Which needs blocks, apparently. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll do 8 of each. And then I need a wood burner. Wood furnace. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, we'll do one more of those. Whoop. A caravan. We have a caravan from our home. Hooray. We made a bunch of those clothes. Wow. Wow. Just those cloaks left. Fantastic. Okay, well that was a very successful siege for how chaotic it was. I'm glad we can respond to crises. I'm curious about our... whoever got injured, who was that? Who was that got injured at first? Oh, so clearly what we need to do... our rangers' equipment... I believe they're currently set to pick... like, they're picking their own ranged weapon? But clearly that means that they can pick a bow and then not equip arrows. You got nothing. I think what we need to do... I really wish I could, like, modify an existing uniform. Yeah, individual choice. So I think what we need to do is like specifically a crossbow. Specifically a crossbow. Which most of them will have crossbows anyway. But clearly they're not being told to. Did everyone have a crossbow except for that one? That's gonna be hilarious. Yep, it's this one. Okay, you grab a crossbow, please. Literally everyone had a crossbow except for the one who showed up. And I didn't even tell him to be there on purpose. He was just in the neighborhood. He was going outside to go patrol the wall, but that's not how you get there. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know why I don't know how to prevent them from patrolling the wall outside the wall, you know what I mean? Because usually they're fine, but like there's no one in here right now. Weird. Yeah, there's gonna be people are gonna have to come and grab all these things one by one. Whatever. Oh, so our trained war rhinoceros finally starved to death, which, as unfortunate as that is what we were expecting to happen, because, oh, the leader is gone. Interesting. That's interesting. Because the rhino was holding up that squad, I'm pretty sure. I wonder if they're gonna make it back. Or did we... Or... Is it ours now? We did it! We don't have... We do have a report! We have a report! We have a large report. Okay, so we are here. So this is a fortress that was in our civilization, but then was conquered by goblins. So we've been trying to reconquer it back, and it looks like we were just successful. Serpent of Baths attacked the lives of spray of the random curses at Mischiefnest. The Kobold Mipu, who is our replacement squad leader and the only one who died. Mipu led the attack. Defenders were led by the dwarf Selob. Mipu planning was superior. Defenders had a strong positional advantage, I bet. Kobold Azat clashed with 3 dwarves, slaying them. The elf Pari attacked the cave dragon. The elf's upper body was ripped by the dragon. The elf's right cheek was torn by the dragon. The elf was struck down by the dragon. Yeah, we've been sending dragons with them. The dwarf Datan confronted the dragon Disir. The dwarf Datan was struck down by the dwarf was struck down by the dragon. Dwarf attacked the dragon. The dwarf was struck down by the dragon. Kobold clashed with 3 kobolds, slaying 2. Cave dragon clashed with a single Gorlak. Cave dragon was struck down by the Gorlak. What? We lost a dragon? Wait, whose side is the dragon? The dragons are on our side. These are our cave dragons that we've been breeding. And they actually killed one. The cave dragon Psychos was struck down by the Gorlak. In the plane of ruling. That wasn't even in Mischiefnest? Interesting. Or what? I don't know what the plane of ruling is. Maybe that was like maybe that's one of their locations. Clashed with 3 goblins, slaying them. The kobold clashed with a single kobold. Cave dragon clashed with a single Gorlak. Cave dragon was struck down. Wow! Good thing these are all technically like baby cave dragons. Also, we have a lot of them, so this isn't like a huge loss. Gaining the fortress is really the big thing. The dangerous owners, poorly led by the Kobold Mipu, clashed with a single Gorlak, slaying them. The rhinoceros Mrati clashed with a single kobold, led by Mipu, clashed with a single kobold. Cave dragon clashed with a single kobold. Cave dragon was struck down. Wow! Wow, I'm kind of shocked by us losing all these dragons. I wonder if Mipu's poor leadership is partly to blame. Cave dragon clashed with a kobold. Cave dragon was struck down. Rhinoceros clashed with a kobold, slaying them. Frosty of Buckling defeated the Lies of Spray. The new government was called the Brushed Judge. Very, very cool. So I don't see Mipu dying. I don't see our squad leader dying. Which is interesting. But that means this is now the Kobold Fortress of Mischiefnest again. And it says it has a population of like 200. So I don't think we killed everyone. So there's going to be a bunch of people still at that fortress who were there previously. They're just now, the fortress belongs to us. Send all the dragons directly at the scorpion shots. So now we own a site. So now this is ours. So if we click on it, we can now request workers. So Ififi, our messenger, we get to use our messenger. We've had our elf messenger in our fortress for quite a while. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna tell our elf to go to Mischiefnest, and when he gets to Mischiefnest, he's going to request that some of these people come back. And I'm sure that a lot of these people are our squad. But there's more than 10 here. I think Meepu should come back. Meepu is a legendary poet. Did I really send you off to war like that? Like competent Macebold, probably? Oh, interesting. I wonder if there are a couple. Competent Marksbold. Not that we need more Marksbolds. Like, look at that. That's a suspiciously long list of skills there. Proficient Macebold. Sure. These strike me as like world gen people, maybe. Sholza Heal Wines. Strand Extractor. So I'm not gonna request everyone because we have plenty of people just in general. But this is a thing you can do. You can, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're gonna request 6 of these people come back. They were enslaved and freed. I don't know that there might have been some slaves there, but most people were probably like, I live in this fortress and I don't really care who rules it. So then, you know, the person who controls the fortress changes and they go, oh, okay. And they don't really like change their day-to-day living, right? They're just like, oh, the leadership changed, right? I think it's mostly going to be that. They don't care. Whether or not they are part of our civilization, I don't know. It might be possible. It might be like these are the only people who are part of our civ who are there, but there's still 100 goblins there that are just visitors now, but they're not in control of the fortress. So we're gonna do that. We're sending our messenger out to reclaim some of our people. It's interesting that Meepu isn't here now. But we have reclaimed that fortress. Yeah, Graz, thank you. That's somewhat major. That's a thing. Broker requested. So we're gonna trade with our kobold friends. I'm gonna trade them a bunch of food again. Just to get rid of some of our stuff. It's when the commissar is put in charge of the dragon squad. They looked at the commissar funny, they deserved it. Yeah. Congrats on stopping working. I encourage this. Especially considering it's, what, 7 until midnight for you? We have so much booze. We have so much booze, maybe we just... Maybe we're just good on booze. Not that these are worth much. The meals are really where the value is. Any more meals in here? Here's one. Yay. Do like that. That's just 30 barrels, no big deal. Okay, so that was productive. We've got a siege, we've claimed a fortress. It's gonna be a minute before they get to this, but that's fine. A bunch of them joined the merchants. Oh my god. Are any of these... No? Okay. None of them in our squads. A cook, a dwarf poet, a weaver, a doctor. Shem has joined the merchants? Excuse me? Do we allow that? Are we okay with Shem wandering off with the merchants? I was kind of curious if that would happen. That's a really interesting thought. What happens if you wander off and then we reactivate you as an adventurer while you're out there? I might leave that just so we can see what that does. Sock the doctor? Are we still... How are we on medical staff? We're still here. Sock Algarzi? You did join the merchants, but you still have your position. That's interesting. Oh, but I didn't... So Voci is still here. Didn't I change out my fixer? Yeah, I changed out who my clan fixer is, but that didn't assign you as a doctor. I guess you'll be a diagnostician, I guess. That should be fine. That's just a sentence. That's a whole sentence. Gorlak, scholar, necromancer, has joined the merchants. What happens now? I have no idea. Saklu the scholar. Who was... so Shem has a scholar master. Where are you, Shem? Hi, Wyvern Rider. Your master is Rui. I wonder if you'll ever find your master out in the world? Like, Shem became the student of a visiting scholar, and then it left. And now Shem is gonna leave as well. Zot, Ulk, Solku, Shot, the performer. I don't recognize any of these other names. I think we're okay with this. I think we let this go. I find this really interesting. This is a DF hack thing, by the way, that lets some of our grumpy citizens see our mood went up by average because our grumpy people on average are going to leave with the merchants. Because they're leaving with the kobolds, they're still in our civ, right? They didn't leave with the humans, which we've had some do. They're just leaving with our civilization's trade caravan. So now we had like 10 red faces. So we've cut our red faces in half, but now we're below our pop cap again. So in theory, we're gonna get more migrants who might be happier, which is just gonna raise the mood of our fort on average. Which is cool. I think that's cool. What is this? That's just a... Oh, there's just like wool on the ground? Okay. These things never ended up there. And these haven't gotten built. Why not? Why haven't these been built? I'll just crank their priority. Everything seems to be working here, though. There's so much food. Oh, and then the dimple cups. Need to make sure if we harvest dimple cups. No, have you already like turned them into booze? No, they're right here. Okay, they got to be getting close though. Also, how's our dragons doing? We probably lost like 3 or 4 dragons, but that's like a clutch. Like, there's 3 fertile eggs there. There's 1 there. There's 1 there. So we're already replacing our dead dragons with eggs. And I bet you they pulled their weight. And at least as far as the calculations go. Are they still, they're still right here? Oh, and I can't melt them. It won't let me melt them. Really? Well, that's sad. Oh, I thought I could melt them. Just a dead rhino. Yeah, how are we on tombs at this point? We still got some tombs. I want to make sure we can bury our pets as well. Okay, we're getting through our smoothing as well. There's obviously a lot of engraving left to do. All this gabbro. So if we can't melt the gabbro, then what do we do with it? Oh, hi DJ, how's it going? Howdy, howdy. We've been having a productive day here in fort mode. Waiting for our traders, but we fought off a siege. We got kind of surprised. Well, I didn't manage to close a door for the siege in time, so they went in through a way that I didn't mean for siegers to come in. But then the entire siege was fought off by a single kobold with a spear. So that's cool. And then our squad on the world map managed to recapture one of our fortresses that were it was taken by the goblins, but now we just retook it. And now we're trading with the kobolds, and a bunch of our grumpy citizens just decided that they're going to join the merchants because I have that turned on in DF Hack. So our grumpy Gorlak necromancer scholar retired adventurer is joining the merchants. I'm really curious what that does. Okay. Honestly, we can probably just... Or no, they're still unloading? Really? Why... Are they bringing tetrahedrite? What on earth? Why is there so much tetrahedrite here? It's not here for trade. It's just here. That's weird. I'll ignore that. If they just get stuck and don't actually unload all their stuff, I'm gonna be a little grumpy. But you know. Oh, this happened. Okay, so now I want to carve fortifications into these. Spider's just hanging out on the rhino corpse. Okay. And then the trick here is that I want the water to flow out that way, but not this way. I could do like a little grate. How would I do this? Let's do... I'm gonna do a little hole here. And then this is also gonna go all the way up. Or I guess maybe like a stair here. And then I'll... Or you know what? Stairs is fine. I don't think it needs to be... I was gonna put like a grate over it, but I think a stair is fine. You bombing over there? I like the little tumble. People are sparring. I wonder how long it takes for a messenger to go out and come back. We have general familiarity with warthog training methods. Come on, you can do it. Hydrate, I can hydrate. I have tea. Does tea count as hydrating? Okay, so we've made most of those extra ash trees and whatnot. So I'm going to go down to our ash job. This is going to be 8. Potash from ash is going to be 8. And that should be fine. Yeah, look at that. Okay. We've done all of that already. Now I think we can go up there. Okay, so let's do a quick smooth right there. And by quick, I mean right now, please. Where are we actually at with animals? We have so many dang animals. We have a bunch of war dogs, we have a bunch of dragons, we have our blobs, we have our shearables, we have our spiders. There's not really a whole lot of stuff that I want to get rid of. We definitely don't need more of anything. We have a lot of spiders. But I also like having a lot of spiders. I like looking at our hallways and it being like as many dragons as kobolds. You just look at the traffic in here and it's like spider, blob, beak dog, snake, cat, a kobold, dragon, dog, spider, goose, a kobold. This is what a kobold fortress should look like, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Oh, we have a bunch of gold statues to place too. It's been a minute since I've done that. Let's do statue, or I guess I'm gonna double check our crops again. They're still all right there. Don't want to miss those. So where do we want some statues? I've got some in here. Got some in here. I can do like here. Or I'll try to keep them on the smooth ground. Do like here. Over here. Oh, in the well room. I like putting them by the ramps, because we know people travel up and down the ramps a lot. Gold statue of a foxman. Is our household pro duck. I'm not anti-duck. I imagine they're kind of messy creatures. Toss some more in the dining hall. Oh, and then the silk. I totally figured out a way to get a silk farm going. I don't know if it's... We don't need a silk farm. But I did figure out how we could do so. Oh, Shem, you're still... Oh, the merchants haven't left yet. That makes sense. How about no? Nope. Cool. Why are the big dogs fighting? You're all just in here on your own. You're being pastured. I should have left the ground be normal. I should have just let this be just a straight up pasture. Because beak dogs aren't grazers, are they? I think these all need to be fed. Hilariously. Next siege, we're gonna unleash a bunch of beak dogs on them. We can let out a dragon. There you go. You still have fertile eggs. You have fertile eggs. You have fertile eggs as well. You have fertile eggs. Did you just come over here and lay eggs? You just came over here to lay eggs, but they're not fertile. So that's funny. Add 1 to the view count. Frank is in the house. Oh, okay. I'll tell Twitch. Oh, we harvested it. Okay. Good. Gonna go over here. Kitchen. Dimple. Come on. How do we not have dimple cups? In plant barrel. We have dimple cups. Are dimple cups not... I thought there was like a way you could make booze out of dimple cups. Am I misremembering? No, actually. Oh, they're just straight up not edible. I thought you could make booze out of them for some reason. But no. Okay, so. I don't want this. I don't want this to take dimple cups. I don't want this to take dimple cups. I guess this is also taking bladeweed and hide root? That's the red one? Because I want all the dye crops to be over here. Yeah, hide root. So then you're gonna get dimple cups as well. And then hopefully as those things kind of sort in here, let's even put in another job to make room. It's gonna be a little bit before we actually start seeing it on the clothes. But as that dye starts to get ground and regrown and incorporated into our general supply of textiles and junk, we're gonna have a third color of dyed clothing just pop up in our fortress. So we're gonna have red, green, and blue or purple. I don't know what color you would. I think it's probably purple. This is a dimple cup. How's Heck? Heck's doing okay. Heck is full of beans. As usual. I have the door locked right now just because they're full of beans. But yeah, I was hanging out with her on the couch just before stream. Are you traders ready to trade? Are you actually ready to trade? This doesn't say you're ready to trade. We might just get stuck. What are you doing? Store item in stockpile. You're not. So what's in the... What's... You're hauling the tetrahedrite. Weird. Why? I don't know why all the tetrahedrite ended up over here. Settle in then. Yeah, she's right at home, that's for sure. Oh wow, are we like actually out of gold nuggets? Have we smelted all of our gold? We have 400 gold bars. Cool. $800 silver bars, 1,300 copper bars, 1,500 lead bars. Who wants 1,500 lead bars? Get our fortress. Our fort is doing so good. So good. Sinri the Scholar is in the library reading a book. First, balancing and completion, then the world. Concerns techniques of balancing and completion for solving equations. Okay. You carry the one. Writing is very serious. Overall not awful, but not very good either. Who wrote this one? Authored by Sibrek. Was this one of our visiting dwarves? No, we just have a mathematician dwarf here. Interesting. That feels so good. I wrote a book about carrying remainders, and I drank some booze. What more could a dwarf mathematician want? Okay. Oh, we should check back up here. I do want to continue on this. That got smoothed. And then that will make us pretty safe. I definitely don't want to flood the whole dang fortress. But I'm going to turn on these stair dig jobs. There we go. Gakrika, is this the one? This is the one that showed up in the siege and should not have. Yeah, your iron bow. Walked into a melee situation as a ranged person with a bow and not arrows. So yes, in the hospital. It is in the hospital. I wonder, I mean, if your ability to stand lost, I wonder if you're going to regain the ability to stand. Okay, so that's getting done. Hey, it's Irsi. Hi, Irsi. So yes, so now we're gonna have a way for all of this water to drain out. What are you up here for? You're gonna find your no job. What do you mean no job? Pick up equipment. I guess. Well, there's nothing in here. And this was one of our problems. I managed to remove the. Like, I guess I got rid of all these levers. Hilariously. Well, we can finally get this corpse. We can finally get Arperal's corpse. Our original stockkeeper. Who went mad in here. These are definitely not important. Not important. I don't think there's anything else up in here. But I would like to relink this to something, or I guess I'm gonna just... We're just gonna put in a wall. Like that's a drain. I'm gonna put in a wall right here. So then the water in here can drain out there, and it will eventually dry up, and it'll be done. There'll be no more water back in these tunnels. Dragons? Because Rurak is here to grab something from this pile, so all the dragons are gonna follow. But that's fine. The water is draining correctly. It will go off the map as we need it to. So essentially what we're gonna do is dig out these whole walls and replace them with constructed walls. And over here, well, I guess this isn't... This is the aquifer, right? These are just wet. Or I guess that might be aquifer as well. I guess we'll find out. You're never gonna get all the dragons out of here for when we want to flood it again. So that's neat. These still all linked up? These are still linked. Doctor, stumbling around obliviously. That's healthy for everyone. That's so good. Yeah, okay. We're getting our stuff done. Can I trade? May I trade? May I trade, please? Our poor trader is actually here for once. And yet... Oh! Strange mood. An administrator has had a strange mood. You're in our squad, even. Legendary fighter. High Master Axebold. Administrator. Everything got smooth, though. Look how smooth everything is now. I guess I want Gabbro to show up in here, right? If that's the thing. If I want Gabbro to... I'm not melting Gabbro, then it's gonna have to show up in the pile. Okay, so now... I'm going to construct walls in all these places. I guess I'll wait for most of that to get done. There's a lot less water in here than there was, though, so that will definitely help. People are coming up here for the skeletons. Merchants have embarked. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Well, at least they took some of our grumpy people. Which is funny because, like, we didn't trade, but they just, like, stole some of our people. But I'm happy about that. Whatever. And then, like, all of this isn't even... This was an access tunnel. This is just a flooded access tunnel. Maybe we just seal it off? Maybe I can do... Maybe I can give it a little drain and then I can just... I don't know, I kind of want to just wall the whole thing in. I'd almost want to, like, can we just do... Water at this location. Okay, fair enough. This should all be fine. This will eventually dry out. Oh, whoa, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Hold on. This isn't the same group. This is all new people. Ebu. Ebu. Vochi, our doctor. Well, I mean, Vochi, you needed to get out of here. Gaprol is one of our... These are our grumpy people, but holy cow. Ebu's the only adventurer. I guess Ebu is pretty grumpy. Okay, so Vochi, your doctor, but I've already replaced you as our chief medical dwarf, right? Clan tactician, did we really lose? No, I think that's still just... the dangerous owners? Yeah, so that's because this position is empty. So we didn't lose any of these people, which is good. Spinner, planter, doctor, fish cleaner, spinner, glassmaker, peasant, armorer. Oldr, are you like really good? Oh, you're not here anymore. Professional armorsmith, but you're rusty, so maybe I'm fine with that. Interesting. I was not expecting that many people. Down to 140, which means we're gonna get like a fat migrant wave, I bet. I'm interested to see. I mean, Ebu and Shem have definitely been grumpy. I wonder what they'll get up to. They might even come back. It's even possible that people are just they'll leave, they'll have an adventure on their own, and then they'll come back in a future migrant wave someday. We've already seen some people leave and come back. Game is excellent for that? Yes. For having no control and then something just happening? Yeah. More kittens. Hooray, more kittens. I'm tempted to turn on auto butcher, but it's almost like against the spirit of this fortress at this point. Hey, look, there's Ebu. You're gonna... Now you're not hungry anymore. How are you gonna get out of here? You're also almost naked, except for the ropery dress. Why are you in here? You don't have a job. It's already drying up. Okay, this is looking better. This is already looking better. Oh, why did that... Who unlocked these? Who said you could unlock these? Alright, well, it's a good thing that wasn't actively pumping or anything. Cats everywhere. Fine. And then I guess... I mean, this is probably what aquifer, right? Is that what that... Like the 2 drops versus the 1 drop? Is that what I'm supposed to interpret that as? Maybe I'll just do this chunk here. I'll just... Come on. Can only designate it on a depth of 1. Do that. What do you... Store-owned item? No, you're not. There's nothing in here. Also, why is... Did all of my locked doors just unlock? How did... What did that? Is my little prison cell? No, that one's locked still. What on earth? I guess I also want to make this a little thicker. Is it... I guess I don't actually know the answer to this question, but like does a wider or narrower channel of water have a different impact on frame rate? So I know that water physics can be one of the things that drains frames. But I don't know if like the shape of it actually matters in any way. Y'all are just... I'm gonna put a door here. I guess I'm gonna wait for it to... It's kind of like the pathing problems that used to cause catch explosions. So is it, I guess, is it better to have like a width of 2 through here if I'm pumping water through here? Or does it matter? Frame loss is from so many individual water parts moving around and spreading. Oh, okay. So if it's just a channel and it's staying consistent, I guess that tracks, because if you... each of them checks for squares around it that it can move to. That makes sense. So fewer squares of moving water is ideal, right? That's kind of what I'm hearing. It's kind of why I'm expecting this aquifer to have been messing things up, because it's like aquifer draining into a water channel. Similar to the issues caused by smoke making dwarves constantly repath. Yeah, that's fair. That all makes sense. These beak dogs. The beak dogs are fighting each other in here. Which I guess I get. Are they like escaping as well? You keep needing to repasture them? I put my clarification, so cool. I know what you meant. Had a fort with a ton of artificial tree chambers underground that are regularly flooded on an every couple year basis, and the frame death that would occur from flooding time was wild. Yeah? Flooding the caves will definitely do it. Back when we were speedrunning, I was definitely not spending the time to like properly route water off the map, and I was just draining aquifers into caves. And it was like, it mostly worked, but like the last couple times I tried doing it properly and it did, like, it took a little bit more time to do, but the frame rate gain was significant. Hello, Orion, how's it going? Sometimes it looks like I type with mittens on. Bam, 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 bam. Is this Kobold's teach typing? You gonna construct this one? No, you're a different person. You're just popping through. Okay. Doing all right? That's good. We're working on our waterworks here because we had waterworks going through an aquifer and it was just screwing up everything. There's still a couple things here we're grabbing. But we closed this off. I think I want to close off on this side. And if I do like... I just want to fill this whole thing in. And DF Hack is gonna make that work, so I'm just gonna do that. I have to pull up the old file for Dura double. It was back on the ASCII version to my proudest early forts. It would be cool to open up like old school ASCII forts and open up in the Steam version. I wonder if there's any really old historical forts that would look really cool in Steam version now. It just turned out the furthest one. That's interesting. Like this is gonna dry out. This is all fine. Is someone... It claims someone's on their way. Kia's throwing a tantrum. We're down to 2 red faces, though. This is the first time we've been down below, like, 5 red faces for years, and it's because they left. They just peaced out. Our moody kobold is still working. We got 3 pieces of cloth so far. I'm also kind of surprised we haven't gained any frames back from losing all those people. I don't think we have a whole bunch of cave dwellers. Yeah, we're not really. 15 KVs. This will all eventually drain out, and we're not flooding our fortress. So good. The grumps left? Yeah, they a lot of them joined the merchants. So it's a DF hack feature called emigrate. But every time you have a trader, your existing citizens have a chance of, like, if they're too grumpy, they're not getting what they need from the fortress, they'll just decide to join the merchants and wander off. So we just had several, like maybe 20 plus, including 2 of our adventurers, our necromancer and our rhinoceros woman joined a kobold caravan and wandered off. And I'm really interested to see what impacts that have if we ever see them again, if they come back, or if we just reactivate them as adventurers, where they'll be and what situation they'll be in. I'm really curious to see what the impact of that is. Blocked by item. Yeah, okay, so someone's coming to grab that. And you did do that. Perfect. So if we could just... Come on, really? And here is still aquifer, so it's gonna continue doing that. Like this was just an access tunnel. I don't need it at all. I just want to close it all off. Look at all this. This is all doing good. This is all drying out. No. You do not need to go in there. There is literally nothing in there other than a duck. A single stray duck. I can't get over the fact that some of them are just named Arse. Hello, I am Arse. Can I get away with making a YouTube video about a person named Arse? Will that just get nuked by the algorithm? Hard to say. It'd be an interesting way of repopping the world. True. That's true. Have like an empty world, but then it's just like you populate the world with people leaving your fortress. That would be kind of cool. We also, did we get our people back? We're still waiting for our messenger to come back from this fortress. We reconquered a fortress that we lost. So our squad is still there with their rhinos and dragons. And we sent a messenger to go recall some of them, but they haven't come back yet. As long as Ififi is still here. You're still here? Aren't you on a mission? I didn't ask you to make gold statues. I asked you to go be a messenger. On this mission. No messengers traveling. If they, like, is it possible that he left and then came back and it just hasn't happened yet? Ars Technica is a thing. Can Necros still make their own created races? They can, they can and do on their own. I don't think we as an adventurer necromancer can't do an experiment. But world necromancers, the necromancers that are just out there, do. Like we were doing an adventure a little while ago over in this area. There's a necromancer tower over here of Burnpost. And we met all sorts of experiments over here. There's actually there's a necromancer experiment baron at this outpost here, at this castle. We became, I think it might have even been Ibu. No, Ibu was down here. This was Neri. This was our warthog person. Our warthog person became a hearth person of the experiment baron. And then we went and killed some stuff for the baron. I bet you I could even, because Neri's still here, right? Neri's still here. Yeah. The Tame Band, feared as a killer, respected for loyalty. I think the Tame Band is what that site government is. Yeah, former member. The Cat of Strife. I would really, really like the ability to intentionally experiment like that. Like if I could just have a necromancer adventurer and do that on purpose, that would be perfect. You're good. You have eggs. You have eggs. You have eggs. You have eggs. Perfect. I think we have more dragons to train as well. Oh my god. The list is so long that typing is laggy. Okay, so these are all war cave dragons. Now, so those are all good. These all need to be trained. And they'll be given their war training, and they'll be good. Also, are there Beastmen Civ mods? I'm sure, for mods, I'm sure. I couldn't point you in a specific direction, but I'm sure they exist. Yeah, okay. They're working on it, slowly but surely. Taking in necromancer experiments to reintroduce them into society. Yeah, different diet idea. Maybe. But you can get them as visitors. You can get straight up demons as visitors. We haven't, but I imagine it's because we're just not that close to them physically. I bet you if our fortress was over on that side, like there's this ruined fortress here of Runditch, right? This is what we same adventure. We were here in adventure mode, and there were a good handful of experiment people. I mean, it's destroyed, so I guess no one actually conquered it. But as we were there, it was like goblins versus experiments. I don't know. It's weird. Demon shows up just wanting ale. Like literally, they'll come in to hang out in your tavern and dance and tell stories. Just completely dependent on what is going on in your world. I'm tempted to... I think the easiest thing here is going to be to just get rid of the wall and wall it in. It's going to take too long to do it this other way. Literal heavy metal magazine. Heavy metal if made Moomin. That... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I want that now. You can't just say that and not give me a metal Moomin. We played a Moomin game a while ago. I don't know if you were around for that one. It was a handful of months ago, I think. So this is all clearly fine, right? It's damp, but maybe that might be. I'll get rid of this. Oh, and then like this too. This is all. Job site submerged. No, it's not. It's just 2. It's just depth of 2. See what I can do. Excellent. Okay, this is looking better already. Look at that. Now it's all just ones. So if I do like this, they'll work on it. Oop. Hey, administrator has created Sirgra, a slate ring. Neat. I'll have to put that on a pedestal. And since the next thing I want to do next stream is adventure, we'll have to wait for all this to be made because all these designations will go away. But I think we'll be fine. It shouldn't take them too long. At least we're dealing with blocks. we'll do that much. That much is just fine, I think. The fact that all this dried out already is very encouraging. Yeah, look at all this. Okay, perfect. So this I'm just gonna close off now. No one needs up here anymore. Oh, we ran out of eggplant seeds? Dang. I think it's fine though. Artifact. Let's go place our artifact. This fort is looking a lot cleaner. We still have rocks everywhere, but you know, we will get there. Let's assign. As the game figures it out. Okay. Go down to rings. Oh, come on, really? Slate ring. There you are. Kind of hoping we get a couple frames back. Maybe we just need to kill a lot of creatures. maybe when we come back to fort mode after the next adventure, we'll cull some creatures, just for the sake of frames. But I don't know what else would be sapping them, other than just being a fortress. Wow, we're like on average slightly happy. It's been a minute since that's happened. I'm laying out my Badgerman communal burrow in my head. Oh, that'd be cool. To have like little neighborhoods for different kinds of people. I was kind of wondering if we would end up with like a necromancer quarter, but now we have 0 necromancers, so I guess it's fine. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, that's cool. I dig it. Guess we don't need doors here anymore, do we? We can just put in actual walls now. Necromancer Quarter is just several very thin towers next to each other with little paths to each other to say hello. That'd be kind of cool. I wonder, so you could have... I think the game would work this way. If you had 2 towers, right? You have 2 independent towers. They both just go to the ground. You have a person on the top of this tower, and a person on the top of this tower, and you have a tavern zone dedicated so that it's on both of those towers. Since you can have non-contiguous zones now, they would have to be on the same level. They wouldn't technically have to touch. But then you'd have 2 people in these different towers, and they would technically be in the same tavern. And I think that they would allow them to converse and interact with each other. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, all that got made. Wow! Look at that. Realistically, once these get made, I think we're probably going to be good to go. This is like, I want to clean it up because, ugh, not necessarily functionally. This is the functional part. And this, like, there's still just a couple of things here. This giraffe hair thread will never get moved. I guess we could just dump it. Then it'll definitely get out of here. Tomorrow borrow a cup of brimstone. Being reminded of the gossipy hermits from Monty Python. Okay. Whoop. See, there aren't merchants here. What merchants are you joining? There's a scholar named Orc is visiting. But if I go down to my... I managed to get goblins down here. I guess that's fair. The traders? There's no traders here. So what merchants did you join? The person who joined the merchants previously but hasn't managed to leave yet? Because you're in the hospital? No, you're not even. Interesting, but now you're not in our group anymore. You're a former guard. You're not going to give the armor back either, are you? You're just going to run off with all that junk. Hilarious. That's probably fine though, honestly. Are our citizens surviving more in the world because they're stealing all our bronze gear? Oh, do we have... Look at this mill. I'm seeing dimple cups spawn in here, which surely must mean... Surely must mean... We have emerald and red root. Plenty of red and green dye. But there should also be some dimple dye, right? Yeah, dimple dye bag. Excellent. So we're going to start seeing dimple dyed clothing at some point. That's cool. I like having a variety. Oh, look at this statue. Ooh, I don't think I noticed that one before. Look at you! A gold statue of a bronze colossus. Thinking of the opposite of emigrating citizens, someone from the merchant caravan, maybe even someone in the cage traps, escapes and set up a burrow on your map you don't know about. Oh god. You need to know the colors? Oh, so we've been doing red and green. Wait. What? What? Am I seeing this? Shem is our necromancer who just left with the merchants and has now apparently, I don't even know why I'm getting the notification of this, is apparently just appointed to a noble position for our entire civilization. This isn't a local position. This is the chorister of our civilization. Shem left? Shem left! Earlier in this stream, Shem was one of the people who left with the merchants. Shem and Ibu, our rhinoceros woman, have both left. But apparently Shem has been busy because she's been gone Like, she left with the kobolds, which was the winter caravan. It hasn't even been a full season. She's been gone for a month and a half, and she is now the religious leader of our entire civilization. I have no words for this. I have no words for this. That's ridiculous. So now if I want to, like, where's our capital? Our capital is... Which one is our capital? Play paints? No, clearly not. Merchant Waned. Can I can't see it. Civs. Delaro Curl. So this is our civilization, the Serpent of Baths. Crow is our winged one. So yeah, this mod changed the names of all the noble positions in our civilization because of course. So our king is the winged one. High voice is gonna be... I don't even know what all these equate to. But down at the bottom, second from the bottom, Shem is the chorister / Gorlak scholar necromancer. So there is more than one chorister. Okay, so we are not the voice of religion. I'm pretty sure that the choristers are all religious figures in some fashion, and there are at least 4 of them. I imagine there might be... Oh, that might be all of them. Overseer's probably like Baron or one of those kinds of titles. But what? Oh, hi, Nerdy Fiona. My work took my PC this morning to do updates on or something, but it took way longer than expected. I got to read like 2 hours on the clock. Neat. That's always cool. Not my fault. So right now we are boggling our minds over the fact that we had our adventurer, necromancer, Gorlak scholar voluntarily leave our fortress and has become a religious leader of our civilization. And once again, I've never seen this before. I don't know. I have no words. Now we really need to check up on Shem. I wonder if Shem will just come back and be like, hey, I'm cool now. Shem has been locked away in her quarters for years saying, I'm a very, very important person. That's what she says to herself all the time. Oh my goodness. She found Crystal Dragon Jesus. Oh, the colors. So we've been doing red and green dye for quite a while, and now we're doing dimple dye as well, which is blue or purple. So those are the colors we have access to right now. And there is only one other color of dye, and it's really hard to get to. Reminds me, in a recent Fort Awarebeast I had expelled showed up as the Mountain Home Liaison during a full moon. That's perfect. That's perfect. Time to negotiate. Does that mean you'll have to try other adventures, or you can still use her? I think I can still use her. That's what's bonkers. I think she's just gonna be an adventurer who happens to be a chorister of our civilization. What effects that has, I have no idea. Religious, I guess. Religious adventure. The fact that it's a necromancer that is like a religious leader of our civilization is hilarious. I don't know what to make of that. Okay, so the rest of these are gonna take a little bit because they're gonna come in here one at a time. And it's less significant, I think. We've gotten the worst of it. No, that's not what I meant. Don't actually disassemble anything. Don't actually disassemble anything. We'll revisit this when we reactivate the fortress. But it's a lot cleaner than it used to be. This is already all drying out. This is all dried out. Yeah, this is great. I think this is gonna help us. Hopefully it's gonna help us. But yeah. Oh, we another stray rhino starved to death. That keeps happening. Yeah, Shem has been appointed to the position of chorister of the Serpent of Baths. The fact that we got an alert for it is really interesting because Shem is no longer our citizen. So, don't know what that, why we even got the notice, but I'm glad we did. I'm really glad we did. And we still have all these dragons. Someone gave birth, clearly. Look at my dragons! You're still good, you're still good. Waiting for this one to leave, please. If you're using DF hacking, can be anyone that's alive. Yes, and I've had trouble with some of them. The fact that Shem is already an adventurer means we can definitely adventure as her. But I've been having a hard time with the. I wanted to adventure as our Minotaur. I wanted to turn the Minotaur into a intelligent undead and then adventure as it, but I couldn't get that to work. When you do the adventure as anyone thing, and you do it for, I don't know if it's like the specific thing I was trying to do, or if it's just being weird. Oh, hey, look, Orc wants to be here to study. Sure, why not? But the game would just crash. Like I could find my Minotaur Forlorn one in the list, but then I would click it and the game would just crash the desktop. So I don't know what the problem is there. But in theory, yes, we could adventure as anyone. I thought I saw the strange mood symbol there. I think we're good. So we don't have any squads out. We do technically have, I guess I told our messenger to go recall some people from this fortress, but he's still here, so I don't know what's going on with that. Just weaving. So I don't know why he's not going and doing his messaging duty. Orc or orc. O-R-K. Orc, the scholar. Orc the kobold. Orc the kobold. Talented record keeper. Are you leaving? No? Okay. Just hanging out. Okay. Orc fault. I think we're gonna call this good for the day. I think we made some good progress. We made some progress. We figured some things out. We had a siege. We fought off a siege. We had a bunch of grumpy people leave. Our necromancer became a religious leader, which was not on my bucket list, but I'll just put it there and scratch it off immediately, I guess. And now I guess we're like 3 days away from spring, so I'll wait until we actually hit spring. But then when we come back next on Monday, we're gonna do another adventure. And now there's some really interesting things in the world for us to interact with. We have a fortress in our civilization that was conquered by goblins, and then we just reconquered it. We have a necromancer adventurer who's making friends somewhere and doing something. I have no idea how she managed to do that in a month and a half. In a month and a half. That has broken me. That has truly broken me. Ibu is out there. Ibu is just wandering the wilds. Maybe we'll see her again. In addition to everything else that's been interesting in our world, we still have 3 necromancer slabs. There's still 2 towers out there, right? But we've like this one down here says no contact. That's interesting. Still says there's a site government, but we basically kicked everyone's butt there. But Burn Post still has quite a few people there. Yeah. Yeah. It's the 28th. That's the change of the month, right? So we're just gonna sit here for 3 more days. It's totally fine. We should have, so I'm not going to tell them to start placing glass right now, but in theory we've made a bunch more. I'm curious if I just say... Nope, I need to... That would be 90, we have 120, so we have enough glass to make this little hole here. And then it will just be a matter of the rest of this. We're getting there. Archibald. Like Archibald, but more respectable. That does sound like a very posh... That's the posh version of a kobold name. Jeez, this is... Maybe we're fine. I guess I can like close my levers and such. It's part of our going on adventure checklist. Export work orders, definitely need to do that. Export Kobold is gonna be 116. Will be the year. Trade gate, farm gate I think is fine. Tower hatches are fine. Oh, the monster cells. Yeah. Whoops. Sloughical clay cake. I kind of wish that our kobolds had the normal kobold names, because the normal kobold names are perfect. I guess all these animals are gonna pop out of their cages, so I'm just gonna lock this door. So you're all locked. I think these are all of the non-friendly creatures in our fort. Yeah. Anyone? I guess I don't have any clothes orders going right now, so I'm not seeing anyone actually make anything. Red root dye. I want to see someone make a thing out of the blue dye. Yep, not yet. Oh well. Those 2 beak dogs are still going at it. Okay, we'll stop here. I will let this go another day and a half. And then we're gonna go into adventure mode. I don't know, I might make the characters before the stream. We might make characters on stream. I don't know exactly what adventure we're gonna go on right now. But come by on Monday, we're gonna have an adventure. We're gonna go on an adventure. That's exciting. It's been a little bit since we've done that. Come by on Saturday. We're gonna keep playing Crab God, which is fun. And then come by on Monday and Thursday of next week. We're gonna play Dwarf Fortress, and yay, hooray! Thank you all for being here. Today's episode was brought to you by the colorful rainbow, all the different colors of the Kobold rainbow, and by all of you clicking on buttons and hanging out live and watching VODs and hanging out in Discord and all that good stuff. Those are the photons hitting me right now, so I appreciate y'all being here. Clear some abandoned fortresses and towers, resettle in map mode. I don't know. I want to stick to this fortress, so whatever we do, it's going to be centered around this fort. But where in the world we do something and then end up in the fort, everything's fair game as far as that goes. But yeah, come by Monday and we'll figure it out. So I hope you all have a good rest of your week and a good weekend, and I hope you stay